Here comes the sun, here comes the sun. I say it's alright.
Hi, I'm Joanna Leggett and welcome to Biarritz. We're here early evening in Biarritz on the beautiful coastline that goes from here on one of the two beaches in Biarritz all the way down to Spain. It was voted one of the best beaches in France. As you can see how beautiful it is. It's also a surfer's paradise and you can still see some surfers even though the sea's quite calm today in the water. We're going to start our tour here and we're going to head down now into the centre of Biarritz. So follow me. So here in the heart of Biarritz, on the main plage, the beach, is the most magnificent hotel. It's world-renowned and beautiful. Now, this was actually built by Napoleon III in 1885, and this was built for the Empress Eugenie, who was his wife at the time. Now, because of the grandeur and the splendour of this hotel, it attracted high society nobles from all around the world to come and buy or build properties here. And that's what gives Biarritz its uniqueness. It's always been known in high society. In the 50s and the 60s, you had all the movie stars coming to Biarritz and possibly staying in this wonderful hotel that was renovated again in 1903 to accommodate the wealth of people that were arriving in Biarritz. It's a wonderful place. On the side there, you have a Michelin star restaurant that overlooks the sea. It has the most magnificent views. Very difficult to get in here, so if you are looking at booking and coming to this fabulous Biarritz plage and coastline, do remember to book in advance. So this is the alley that leads through to the second beach along this promenade, and this alley is actually named the Alley of Winston Churchill. And you can see up on my right there the lighthouse that protects all the ships coming into the bay with the big rocks that are out at sea there.
Little darling, the smiles return into their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here.
So we're still on the Grande Plage, as you can see below. Now, because the palace was built here, you'll see loads of beautiful villas that were built after the palace was built. So you have very, very beautiful stately homes where the very rich and famous would come and have their marvellous views of the sea. Some of them there are still existing as one home. Some of them have been converted into apartments. But the lovely thing is they have the most splendid view of the sea. So behind me is the famous casino of Biarritz, known as the Casino Municipal. It was built in 1901 and it was refurbished in the 1930s in a very beautiful Art Deco style, which you will see throughout. It consists of entertaining, the casino, restaurants, and underneath, as you can see behind me, there's lots of cafes along the Grande Plage, including the Grande Plage Cafe and Dodin's ice cream. Dodin is the famous ice cream of Biarritz. You can find little outlets of Dodin ice cream along the plage, and it's such a hot evening. I think I'm going to go and have one myself.
Here comes the sun, here comes the sun. I say it's alright.
So this is a lovely view from this part of the beach. You can see that Biarritz is very famous for surfing, and on the other beach there's huge waves, and you usually get big enough waves here. It's quite calm today, but you can see in the distance there some of the surfers are still out. So behind me you'll see the church of Sainte-Eugenie, which we're going to head over to, the same name as the Empress of the palace that Napoleon III had built for his wife. But you can see the lovely viewpoints here. You've got a little bridge going over to one of the bigger rocks out in the sea there, where you can go and sit and contemplate, have a nice cold drink. A really, really lovely place. But let's go over and head over to the church. So we're now in front of the church Sainte-Eugenie, and we're actually in the Place de Eugenie, which is obviously named after her as well, after the saint. This is a really lovely square. It's got some really nice hotels, not on the grand scale of the big Grande Plage, but they're really lovely hotels, lots of little restaurants in this square. It's not too noisy, and coming off the main square here, you've got lots of lovely streets with pretty boutiques and stores. Perfect location. There's stairs straight down onto the beach, over to see Our Lady, which is lit up on the rock over there as well. So this, if you're looking for a place to stay, is really lovely. So there are some fabulous shops here for shopping. But this afternoon, I think we're going to go to my favourite cafe, the Café Mirmont, which is the oldest cafe in the whole of Biarritz. And it's absolutely stunning inside, totally original. Wait till you see it.
Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say it's alright.
So here is the Maison Adam. Now this is extremely famous. This gâteau was introduced by Maison Adam in 1660. It was created for Louis XIV's wedding, and it has been running ever since. And you can find this typical gâteau all over the Pays Basque area now. And this is a little shop that sells it, which we should have a quick look in. The first thing you can notice is the delicious smell in here. So here we are with my first gâteau basque from Maison Adam in Biarritz. And the lovely thing about this shopping street, if you get too hot, it opens up to the plage, the beach, all the way along. You can pop down there for a quick swim. So here we are at my favourite patisserie, the Mirmont. Now this is extremely famous. It's been around since it was founded in 1860. Everybody from high society used to come here. In fact, even the Queen of England has been here. Whether you were Tsar, higher society, or staying at the palace, you would all come to the Mirmont. And you'll see why when we go in. Even famous artists have been here and photographers. It has the most amazing view. Let's go and have a look. You can have afternoon tea, there's beautiful gâteaux, you can have amazing salads, croque basques as we're in the Basque. Even all of the walls here, it's all original, beautiful old mirrors, all from the 1860s. It's such a lovely piece of history, so definitely worth a visit if you come here. I'm going to choose my ice cream now. The view is absolutely amazing here, and I was just reading up that Alfonso, the king, was here, and also it was Queen Victoria that came here. Albert would be up in the hotel in the Grande Plage, and they would come down here for their patisseries and cups of tea. I'm just having my delicious Mirmont ice cream. Special treat for the afternoon when it's so hot. So I'll meet you back downstairs. Well, that was a lovely little stop off. They do the most superb cakes, gâteaux, ice cream, everything there. And now we're going to head down to the Fisherman's Village, which a lot of people won't know even exists in Biarritz.
Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Oh, your daddy's rich, and your ma is So hush, little baby, don't you cry.
You'll see lots of little gardens like this in Biarritz. All of the cliffs are all made into little gardens and little pathways. So it's full of flowers, and you can see the decadence that would have been here in the 19th century. So down here is a little corridor of the original fishermen's houses, still used today by the fishermen that are just in this little port that go out to sea, as you can see. For all their little fishing, lobster pots, oyster pots, and these little houses is where they would have lived. And they're still owned by the fishermen today. And wow, look at this. That's an amazing tribute. That's an anchor for a boat that actually sunk out at sea in 1907, and the anchor for that is still there. So this is a lovely little walkway with the vines growing on the top. You've got a little seat there for rest, and that's the symbol of Basque. It's the piment, which is like a pepper, and that's their symbol. You can see they've still got their fishing. This is where the fish is coming in these barrels, the nets. So that's the end of the little fishing line. Little fishing row of cottages. Up there you can see the Sainte-Eugenie Church that we passed, and next to it one of the other palaces that were built after Napoleon III. Great big anchors. So as you can see there, you've got the lovely cottages all in a row right next to the bay where the fishing boats are, and then just around here some of the best fish restaurants in Biarritz. So on my left is the Aquarium, the museum Aquarium of Biarritz, and right on the top there, which is a fantastic view, is a restaurant and cafe, so you can go at any time of the year and have a look over. It's probably one of the best viewpoints of Biarritz.
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea, she's there watching for me. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to her arms I'd go sailing. It's far beyond the
So here on the left you'll see some crosses, and that's for all the seamen that got lost at sea. And up on the top here you see Our Lady, the Virgin Mary, who's protecting the sea and watching out for all the fishermen to make sure that they come home safely.
I know, beyond a doubt, my heart will lead me there soon. We'll meet beyond the shore. We'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll be.
So that's come to the end of our day today in Biarritz. As you can see behind me, the sun's about to set over the ocean. Everybody's having dinner. It's all gone beautifully quiet. And so I think we'll call it a day. If you're interested in finding out more about Biarritz, check the comments below and you can see some of the properties that we have on the market. Leave your comments, let us know what you thought about our little mini tour, and we hope to see you again soon.